Hi, my name is Kenda Carey, and I'm a first-year teacher. I graduated from Southeastern December 2015. Today I wanted to share with you guys a couple of things about being a first-year teacher and the trials and the errors and the things that are challenging and that I've learned as a first-year teacher that I really needed to focus on as doing a student teaching or just preparing myself at this time. I'm a second grade teacher at Whitesboro ISD in Whitesboro, Texas. Absolutely love it. Second grade, the best grade ever. They're old enough where they can do things on their own, but we can still have fun and act silly, and that's okay. So anyways, to move on to the questions. So here, question number one is, as a first year teacher, what has been your greatest challenge? For me, definitely the greatest challenge has been managing my lessons, my classroom, and myself. Managing my lessons, it's just making sure that I teach everything that I need to. In Texas, we use TEKS, which I'm sure you guys know already, but it's challenging to get all those TEKS in to make sure that you're not getting off topic, that you're not teaching something that you're not supposed to, that you are doing everything that you are supposed to so that the kids are getting what they need to, that they are learning what Texas wants you to teach them. And then on top of that, making sure that what you are teaching them is engaging and fun for them, that they will want to learn it and they will want to be in the classroom every day. Manage my classroom. I'm sure you guys have heard it. Classroom management, it really is the hardest and the most challenging thing. It's great to have a handful of classroom management tools that you can use, and I'll go further into that here in a little while of what I use. And managing myself, keeping myself organized. It's so easy to make a bunch of copies or something, or have lessons of something and then kind of have it here and there, and the kids rush in and you have to have this ready and this ready, and the best thing to do is get organized. To get organized, I have the colorful drawers that I'm sure some of you've seen at Sam's or anywhere else. Amazon, I think, sells them too. They're the rainbow drawers that it's on a slide tray, and I have Monday through Friday, and whatever we do on Monday, it goes in the first drawer, Tuesday, third, and so for the whole week I have everything that I need. So if there is ever a sub, they know I can put in the lesson plans, go to drawer Wednesday, and I have everything copied, everything, all the lesson plans, everything that they need in that drawer. And especially for me, whenever the kids walk in, you don't have time to make copies. You don't have time to look at a book or do this, and so keep yourself organized. Keep your things organized. Sometimes it's challenging. I'm going to be honest. It's challenging, but it's important, and it helps your classroom management. It really does. It takes time to say, oh, I'm short 2 copies of this. Kids, can you hold on a second, because I'm going to go make copies. That doesn't always work. Depending on your students, it doesn't always work. All right, second question is, as a first year teacher, what has been your greatest reward? Definitely my sweet babies and their love. That knowing that they love me, they give me hugs every day, and say, Miss Carey, you're the best teacher ever, which in hindsight, probably not as a first year teacher, but knowing that they love me that much that they're willing to say that about me, and just their love, their growth, whenever you have a good relationship with your students and you know that they're struggling with this. Sorry, I'm going to get emotional. That they're struggling with something and that they're frustrated, but then they get it. This light comes on and they just understand, and they're so excited and they want to share with you, and they love you so much, and that to me is super rewarding and the best part about teaching. Definitely. Excuse me. What is the best part about being a team member? Now, I am so blessed to be on the best team ever. We plan together, we discuss things, we are supportive for one another, we all contribute, we all do what we can to help one It's great. I have the best team. I honestly do. The great thing is I have a bunch of veteran teachers that are willing to share their experiences and what works with them, what doesn't work with them, keeping us on track for lesson plans, what the TEKs that we need to teach, the things that we need to do. That is definitely the best part. And once again, I'm so blessed to have a great team to work with. It's such a blessing, especially as a first year teacher. When it comes down to lesson plans, you're like, okay, what do I need to teach this week? What specific things do I need to teach this week? All right, next question. What is the hardest part about being a team member? As a first year teacher, to me, the hardest part about being a team member is not feeling like I can contribute as much as the veteran teachers, which, once again, I'm on a great team and they're understandable. They understand that you'll walk in, I don't know, guys, what can we do? I'll search, I'll put in lesson plans, I'll do whatever you can. That's the best thing that I've learned, that I, as a first year teacher, I could have done, is be willing to volunteer for anything that they need help with. Anything that you see needs to be done, I'll go make some copies. I'll put the lesson plans in. I will search games for this lesson or this topic. You know, whatever you need. If you can't contribute to what the topic is or what you're going to actually be teaching, volunteer for something else. That, to me, that has been the hardest for me, is not knowing. But like I said, I'm sure a lot of people have other things, but I've been so blessed to be on such an amazing team that, you know, not feeling lonely or feeling like I'm doing it by myself, that hasn't been the challenge for me. And I'm sure with some first year teachers that might be the case. All right, next question is, what is the best teaching tool you have as a Southeastern graduate? So definitely for me, are my close friends that I went to school with, that I graduated with, the professors that that taught me, using them as tools. Asking them if you have a question about something. You can text them or call them, ask them questions about something. You can compare ideas, because they're in the same boat you are. Those people are first year teachers as well. So, you know, their school difference different than your school district. So, getting different ideas, how they do things, how we do things, and then kind of getting ideas, but definitely keeping close friends. Those people will help you, and you'll have them from now on, and it's such a blessing. And number 6 is, what is the teaching tool you need to acquire this year for your toolbox? Now, definitely classroom management has been my teaching tool that I've needed, that I needed to acquire this year, especially as a first year teacher, because those babies love you, but they will eat you alive if you allow them to. I'm a strict teacher, but they know that I love them, that I set expectations for them, and they're manageable expectations, but the kids know that I love them, that I care for them, that I have their best interest at heart, and they're willing to do that for me, even as a first year teacher. To me, the best thing that I've done, that I've seen, that I think works best for my classroom, is focusing on good behavior and not punishing bad behavior. So there are times where I need to punish bad behavior, but I don't focus on the bad behavior. We have, as a team, have the clip chart where you move their clips up and down if they're good, if they're bad. I don't do that. Just because, I use it, I have it in my classroom, I have it set up, but I think I've maybe moved one person up, just because for my classroom that doesn't work. They don't care if their clip gets moved up or down. It doesn't matter to them. The best tool that I can use is Class Dojo, and I'll share that with you guys here in a little bit. It's amazing. It's great, especially for a first year teacher. But ultimately focusing on good behavior, rewarding that good behavior, and not focusing on the bad behavior. You know, ignoring sometimes the bad behavior and really focusing on students that do have good behavior. And oh, you know what? I love that you're working hard. I love that you are doing what you're supposed to. You're on task. And the other kids see that and they want to do it. They want that praise. They want you to see that in them. All right, next question. What is the best behavior management skill you possess? There it is, Class Dojo. I have a lot of, it's good to have a plethora of different classroom management tools that you can pull, that you can use anytime you need to. But Class Dojo is definitely the best. You can message parents back and forth. Class Dojo allows you to give points to the students that are making good choices for like being on task, participating, being good to a friend, helping a friend out. You can create your own dojo points, and then there's also negative points that you can either have them take away, or it can be zeroed out where it can just, the parents can see they're not on task, they're not following rules, they hit another friend, they're disrespectful to somebody, you know, whatever, and the parents, that gets straight to them, so those parents can see, oh, my student is not on task, you know. So whenever we have a parent-teacher conference, we can discuss that. They can see, you know, okay, my student this week, 5 days in a row has been off task. Maybe that's why they're not making the best grades possible. I use Class Dojo in many different ways. So each week I have my students, if they earned 10 Class Dojo points for that week, we have Fun Friday. And it's usually, we go to rotation, which is, you know, PE, music, computer, library, at the end of the day. So about 30 to 45 minutes before rotation on Fridays, I have something called Fun Friday. And so if they've earned 10 points that week, then I have like some Legos, I have some Littlest Pet Shop little toys, I have Kinects, I have computers, I have tablets, I have, you know, whatever they, you know, different things that they can choose from, and they get to do that for 30 to 45 minutes for the friends that earned those 10 points for Fun Friday. And it is a great incentive, and they love it. The kids, you know, do it. They want to earn those 10 points to go to Fun Friday. And then we are on a 9-week schedule, so every 9 weeks we have a behavior party. And so for half a day they get to bring their own electronics, they get to bring snacks and treats, and we get to have a chill day for half a day where they get to just kind of have a party of good behavior. Usually I set that pretty high. This last 9 weeks was 65 points. They had to earn 65 points to do that. If not, then they had to sit out for a little while and go to another room and do some busy work, or do something else while we were in the party. And some of those kids, I mean, I had, the first 9 weeks I didn't have anybody. The second 9 weeks I had 2, and they did not like it. It was really hard for them. So coming back from Christmas, they have been on their best behavior. They have earned some points, and so it really does work. And then at the end of each 9 weeks, I like to do something called the 100 Plus Club, where if they've earned 100 plus Class Dojo points, last 9 weeks I did a pizza party for the kids, and then we got, during lunch, I bought pizza, and we did soda, I did juice, but anyway, we had a party. And so while the other kids went to lunch and had their, you know, regular cafeteria lunch, we had pizza in the classroom. This 9 weeks, I think I'm going to do, they decided they wanted Happy Meals. So to me, spending that extra money is worth it whenever you see good behavior from students that typically don't have good behavior. They want to go to those parties. They want to do those things. And to me, it helps. It really does. Next question. What behavior management skill are you still working on? Oh my goodness. So my kids are amazing this year. They're great. There are hyperactive kids, but for the most part, they do what I ask them to do. They you know, listen. They are on task. But my kids love to blurt out. They are shouting out constantly, and so sorry, I have a little one awake. So to me, that is been a challenging thing for me. So I decided to do blurt box, which is if they blurt out, they get a red square, and if they don't blurt out, they get a green square. And so at the end of the day, if they blurt it out 5 times, well, they take those 5 red squares home and on a piece of paper, and it says, I blurted, and they don't get in trouble, but it shows that, hey, I blurted out this many times, and then the next day it gets less and less and less. I also did on my Class Dojo, I put on negative, on my negative needs work on, I put blurting out, and so it zeroes out. It's not worth any points, but parents can see my student blurted out 15 times today, because if all these students are blurting out, I'm not getting anything done in the classroom. Now there's times where I'll ask this class and they can all answer at the same time, but for the most part, they don't need to blurt out. Next question. Being a teacher means... Sorry, I have a husband watching me. Just discovered that I'm doing something. All right, being a teacher means inspiring and motivating students, someone that can touch students' lives forever in a positive way, dedicating and making their babies better people when they leave their classroom. Definitely that is the best part to me, what it means to be a teacher. Academics are, in my opinion, secondary. I want my kids to be able to have life skills that they can take on for the rest of their lives, and be able to use those things in their lives, and to be willing to serve one another, willing to love one another no matter their differences, be kind and loving and caring people whenever they leave my classroom. When my kids look back, and even for me as a teacher, looking back at my classroom, I don't remember the teachers that taught me. I remember my 2nd grade teacher. She taught me how to add double digits, or how to borrow, or whatever it is. How to read, or what is a verb. I want my students are going to remember, or the teachers that I remember, that they were loving, that they were kind, that my teacher loved me and cared for me, and that's what the kids are going to remember. They're not going to remember academically what you taught them. So yeah, academics are important. Teaching them is important. That's ultimately what we're supposed to be doing, but we're also supposed to be teaching them how to be good citizens, how to love one another, and how to be better people. All right, the last one is, what is the best advice you could share with someone being a student teacher, or beginning student teaching? Now, to me, the best advice that I have is to take notes and observe everyone in the school, not just your teacher, that your mentor teacher that you're with. That you'll find classroom management tools that you can use. You'll find lesson plan tools that you can use. Make copies of things. Take things with you. Keep a folder of things that you can use. So whenever you're in the classroom, you're not saying, "Oh, what did that one teacher do? I don't remember." It was, bust open that notebook and say, "This is exactly what they did. I want to try that." Or go on Pinterest. It's the best thing ever. It's such a great tool. Pin it. Use it. Teachers pay teachers. Use it. But definitely take notes. Be observant. I made the mistake of, whenever I was in the classroom, trying to help manage the students when I should have been observing and seeing how, and watching how my teacher did classroom management. And I wanted to be helpful and help with kids, and which you will, but for the most part, observe. That's what you're there for. Learn as much as you possibly can. Take advantage of watching other teachers, how they do things, how they manage things. Sometimes it works, sometimes it doesn't. Look for this. Sometimes you'll find things that don't work, and you'll know what, that doesn't work with these students. But use that, because sometimes the next year, it will work for the students that you have. To me, teaching has been an amazing ride so far. It's definitely challenging. It's harder some days than it is easy. But at the end of the day, I am so blessed and so glad that I have been gone into teaching. It's such a joy. It's sometimes I wake up and I'm glad I do this every day. I'm going to be sad whenever I have to retire so far, because how I'm feeling, because I can't imagine being away from these babies. I can't imagine being away from my teammates, from my school district, from anything. It's a great thing that I've done. You will enjoy it. It's a blessing, but just know going into it that it's going to be one of the hardest things you'll ever do, but it's going to be the most rewarding too. I wish you all the best of luck, and if you have any questions, Dr. Knott has my phone number, has my contact information, so don't ever be nervous to contact me about anything, because I'm willing to answer questions, because I've been there and done that, and I know somebody that has, if not. So anyways, best of luck, and I hope you guys have a great year. Bye.